Imagine you are the owner of a food company. You're about to launch a brand new product, but you have two important questions. Who should you sell it to, and why are some of your existing customers no longer buying from you? If you make the wrong decision, you could lose both time and money. So how do successful companies answer these questions? They use different types of data analysis, and in this video we'll exactly understand how to apply. So hi everyone, welcome back to Mind Excite. In the previous lecture we learned about data analysis and its types. Today we will take the next step and we'll explore how on a business problem we apply all these techniques, right? So let's first understand the business problem. So there's a food company ABC which has a manufacturing and distribution division for their food products, which are sold directly to the customer through franchise outlets and website. Their product range, two important things or information that we have. They sell fruit based products and sweet based products, right? And they sell their products, they keep track of two types of data. One is customer data and one is sales data, right? So one, again, very important thing, we have customer data and we have sales data. They are already managing, yes, obviously with the help of data analysts, right? They have experienced considerable growth in both production and distribution over the period of time. The company has various teams: management, production, marketing, analytics, growth, consumer, sales, who work collaboratively to make the company profitable. So the management at the food company is facing a significant challenge. They want to introduce a new sweet-based product that incorporates the flavor of natural fruits, but they're unsure how to make it profitable, right? And the company has identified as a key problem and is actively seeking solution to ensure the product success. Furthermore, the management team has observed a concerning trend of the customer discontinuing the purchase of their products. So one issue they have, that most of the people are discontinuing the purchase of products, and if this is the scenario and they want to launch a new sweet based product, then it will be more challenging how to make that product successful. That's why they're unsure. So they want obviously to make that product success, but how they can do that, this is what we are going to learn this in this lecture, that how the different types of analysis we apply, and we'll seek the answers to the various questions, and then we apply all these techniques, right? Okay, so in simple term, the food company is encountering two problems: that how to target people who will buy their new products made up of sweets and fruits, and how to prevent customer from churning. So in that, how we are going to apply the first analysis that we have called as descriptive analysis, right? Okay, I hope you remember that in the previous lecture. So descriptive analysis is all about to find what has happened in the past, right? Okay, so in order to understand what has happened in the past, we need to analyze data, and the company is already maintaining the data, customers and sale data. But the question is what kind of information they might be storing in that data. Like for example, if I have customer data, I would preferably would like to have name, age, gender, right? Okay, and all sort of details like whether the person is married or not, right? Okay, and why as a data analyst I would like to keep that. Yes, you will also understand in the framework of data analysis in the upcoming lectures that selecting the fields are very important also, right? That what information I need. If I would be having some random information of the data, it would not help me. You understand? For example, if I say to you that okay, you want to do the analysis of the marks of the students, and I'll give you name, age, gender, student, class, but I don't give you marks of the students, then how you can understand, analyze whether a student is good or not? That other information would be useless, right? This is why selecting the fields become very important task as being a data analyst in the first step, right? So name, age, gender, whether person is married or not, occupation, right? Okay, and I would also like to have that information of kids. This is just an example, the approach that we are talking about. There can be multiple teams working and selecting all those fields, right? Why kids? Because generally we go out with kids family in order to like have some sweet based products, right? Which I feel, right, there can be certain other scenarios also with friends also that we go, but generally with the family that I'm considering, okay. And in the same data I would like to have the information of like product ID, right, product name, right, okay, the category, whether it is sweet based product or a fruit based product, from where I get to know that uh, people are mostly ordering fruit based products or sweet based products, right? This is why this information become very important. Then once product ID, name, category, right, I would also like to have the information how many quantity they order, right, the last time they have ordered something, right. From there we get to know that okay, they are regularly buying, or we try to find out the trend in their buying, right, okay. So then also important thing, how much sale that we have done, okay. So with this information I'll apply the descriptive analysis. In this lecture we are not that techniques that we are applying, we are just trying to understand that how we apply descriptive analysis, how we perform descriptive analysis, that obviously certainly we'll see in the future videos, right. So from here we'll describe the data once we gather that, and we'll try to understand, okay, this has happened in the past. Now we analyze those trends, the charts that we have made, okay, the summaries that we have generated. This is what we call it as diagnostic analysis, okay. So from the trends we'll try to understand why it has happened, okay, whatever it has happened in the past, why it has happened. Like if I'll see, okay, if I'll see from the data that mostly they are buying sweet based products, right, okay, or fruit based products, right. From that I can find out the reason that people are more tend to have sweet based products or fruit based products. So that will help me in finding that whether they will tend to buy a new product or not, right. From there also I can also find the reason, the data, like the last time they have ordered, okay, so how many quantity they have ordered, right, okay. Then after a certain period of, in the certain period of time, how many number of times they are buying, right. That can help me in finding the reason also that why people are churning, okay. That maybe the reason that product cost is high, maybe they don't like it, right, okay. So these are the kind of reasons that we can find it out from the analysis that we have performed, right, okay. So manually, obviously by seeing the charts we do that, and once I do these two analysis, I would like to work upon predictive analysis, which will help us that what will happen in the future, okay. So once I have this data from the historical data, I can make those charts, and it can help the company to find out what might be the future, right, what can happen in the future in the next 5 years, based upon the trend that whether persons are whether person most of the people are discontinuing their service, right, okay. So what can happen in the future, the machine learning models can help us in predicting that the trend, right, which can be next 5 year 10 years, right, okay, whatever the example that will take. So based upon predictive analysis, for example, I get to know that okay, in next 5 years, based upon the historical data, that most of the people might churn, okay, the more people will continue their service. Then for that, one thing which we'll do, we have to do some recommendations, right. So for this we call it as prescriptive analysis, okay. Sorry with that spelling, it's a prescriptive, right, it's prescriptive analysis, okay. That what should we do now? If I got to know that most of the people are discontinuing the service, we can recommend to give some offers, like give 50% offers to the existing customers, right, okay. Or we'll say buy one get one free, right, these kind of offers we can put, which might help our customers to uh, then again continue the service, right? Okay, so what should we do in order to achieve that? What should we do in order to achieve our certain goal that help the business to grow the decision making? It's done in prescriptive analysis. So based upon the descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, whatever the things that we got to know from here in prescriptive, we recommend based upon that. This is the approach as a data analyst we apply, and this is how we identify each analysis, and we find or we work upon a given problem in this approach, right? Okay, so I hope with this the process is clear, that how we approach towards a certain problem, right? And how we apply those analysis. So that's it from my side in this lecture. In the next class we'll talk about data analysis framework. So keep learning, keep growing, and follow Mind Excite for more videos. Thank you.